What's up, everybody? Gonna be doing a quick chess video this morning. We've got a new bot here on chess.com, which I think my webcam's covering up, but we have the Wallows that are a 1200 rated computer. So we're gonna warm up with those and then do 5 or 6 chess puzzles, see if we can push back up towards 2900. I think I did hit 2900 once already, but we're not at it right now. So let's jump into this. Let me see if we'll zoom out, make sure the whole board's visible. I think we're good there. Still sticking with the real 3D pieces. I'm going to be doing this for the foreseeable future. I think it's great practice. Let's go bishop c4. I'm really not sure of any opening theory in the Sicilians, which is something I need to get better at. Let's take the bishop. Let's go f4. Knight f3 castles, d3 coming. More than likely. Looks like a 1200 rated move. Let's push d4. It's going to go d3, but definitely thinking this is a move. I wonder, e5, takes, e5 check. If king comes up, we have a check here. I think I like e5. Check. King here. Knight in, okay. Can make use of that. We'll take with check. Which way to take back? Let's take back this way. Rook g1, so many good moves here. Just trying to find the best. Let's start with rook g1. Threatening this. Check. Check of king here, we have this. I think I'm going to start with check. That makes sense. Man. May not have been the best. That's okay. Let's take the knight with check. I'd rather not let the king get away, but I don't want to take. Let's give a check. I want to keep kings on the board, or queens on the board, excuse me. Let's go here, looking to castle queenside, which we do get. Bishop here. Nope. Let's just take the queen. Let's take here. Remove that capture. Rook's coming in. Threatening mate in 2. Rook here. Nope. Alright. Don't think I found the most accurate way to do that, but we got it done. Let's do some puzzles. We're at 2864. Zoom out a bit. Here we go. It can be kind of tough with the 3D pieces, but anyways, okay. So here it looks like we're going to be doing something like this. Let's walk through that. Check. Queen has to go to g2. Check here. Queen has to go back. And then that should be mate. That one makes sense. I like them throwing that move in there because I could definitely just pre-move that, not expecting black to go here, but it doesn't really matter. Either way, it's mate in one next move. a good 12 points to start off with. Okay. Here I'm thinking f4. Is f4 too slow? Because f4 I'm threatening rook here, mate. After f4, rook h8. So that makes me think that I need to get this check in first. Because after rook h8, although I should still be winning there, I don't really have a great way to deliver mate. I could also go for rook d4. I don't know if either of these really matter. Rook here, king up. Check. Check. Let's start with forcing. Rook takes h7, king g5. Check. Is it something like rook here and then this rook in to start trying to threaten mate? They all seem so good. And I feel like I'm missing black's answer to stopping all but one of them. Rook takes h7, king g5. Don't want to do any checks here. Don't want to let the king run. Here, king g5, rook f7. With this threatening mate. I don't see how black stops that. Check, check. Black's pawn is in the way of the rook coming to c4 to take this pawn. Because if I go check first and the king starts to run, I'm losing my mating net. Which is why I think rook f7. Yeah. Okay. Found the mating net there. I don't think black has a way to stop that. This would have been the only way, but the pawn is conveniently there to block the rook from going to c4 to cover this. All right, good start, 2 for 2. Here we've got a lot of good looking moves. Check first. Check. I'm thinking check here first just because after something like rook g8 and the king starts to run, I'm still largely fine there. I just feel like that's not the most accurate. Queen g3 first, king here. So queen h3, king can't step up because I have... No. Queen covers that. Disregard. Okay, check. White has all kinds of options. If king here, this is mate. If king, whoa, don't do that. Zoom out of it. All right. I feel like this is too vertical. Like, I feel like this is how it would look at the board. Yeah. So king here, what is our response? I guess let's go here. King up. Whoa. Rook check. And then the king has... So what we want, king, whoa. Check, king up, rook check. King can go here. Here is mate again. So if here we're getting the same position, we just have the rook in the game. So the only question is, what do we do on king h2? Everything else we have an answer for. Check, king h2. We have check here, rook check, king h2, check again. Then we're getting mate. So king h2 immediately is the only thing I don't have a mate for yet. I'm trying to just do problem solving by deduction here. Check king h2. I do have the window open, so we've got some outside noises coming in. Check king back. Check king h2, just rook g8 anyways. Rook g8. Comes over to g1, we give a check. And that actually should be win. Check king h2, rook g8, which is not forcing, but the point being that we're cutting the king off. Regardless of what white does there, my intent is to go bishop back to f4 check. And at that point, we're forcing the king to g1 where we can give mate. Queen always covers this square. Rook at that point is covering this square. So the king's only options to get out of these checks are going back to h1 if our rook is on this file. I think that's my answer. The only thing I didn't consider. That's terrible. How did I not think to look at that one? Okay, let's go look at this. Bishop e3. King h2 doesn't work, right? I didn't even see that the bishop was hitting this. Oh, that's so bad. All right, just ignore. Moving on. That would have been a different train of thought. Didn't realize that my queen was even under attack. All right, lost one there. That's where the practicing with the 3D pieces is going to come in handy. We've got all kinds of checks. Here are queen blocks. Check. Take here. So if I give a check and the queen does not block, king has to run here. I give this check and mate. So here the queen has to block. We give knight check on c4. King has to run here. We take with check. King can't run because of rook a1 mate. So queen has to take. And then we have queen mate here. That looks so forcing. I'm trying to be better at moving quickly with these. Nice. Okay. Not a bad one, mate in 4, but good forcing. I didn't even look at knight c2, but knight c4 was forcing enough. Knight c2, I guess the issue is that I just don't have queen b2 mate at the end. Got some points there. Lots going on here. So right now we are even in material. What if we just go up a bishop? Takes, rook takes, knight takes. Rook takes first. I have no good checks. King is well defended. Is this better? Am I somehow trapping the queen? So right now I'm looking at takes, takes, rook takes, queen here. Trying to see if I had a chance to win a rook at the end with something like queen f6 check. But I think with the knight, takes, takes, rook takes. Probably don't need to allow that. So maybe not rook takes, maybe just takes, takes, and queen takes. Takes, takes. I'm covering check on d1 with my knight. I'm going up a piece there. Is that... I don't see any other alternative though. Check, and I'm just losing the piece back. We're not starting with this. Here, rook takes, knight takes. I just don't love my position after rook comes back. Like, I'd rather initiate that trade and then take. Rook comes in here, but the knight's covered by both my queen and the other knight. This knight covers d1. Why not the other way? What am I missing there? Okay, after takes. That's 2 in a row. Not seeing that my queen was under attack. All right, wake up. Here we go. We gave all the points back, so that's good. Queen is under attack. I see it. I'm ready for it this time. King is fairly safe at the moment. My thought is queen g7. Here. Bishop here. This pawn is loose, but surely we start with this, right? Take this rook and then start doing some defending. This could definitely get dangerous. Here, bishop takes, knight takes. I don't love that. Just taking seems kind of silly. Rook over, somehow trying to tuck the king back. I'm not really up that much material right now. I think I'm only up a rook. So I do need to try to hold on to it somehow. Don't need to go pawn grabbing yet. I wonder if just queen back here. No, that's too slow. Okay. That seemed like the only move. Still not lovely, but it's a move for sure. Takes. Queen is not under attack. Checks, I just don't see any great follow-up to that. Here, queen comes up. Take, take. So maybe it is a check. Check, king sidesteps. I don't have this fork. I do have takes here, and then take the rook. No, I don't have that, because bishop takes. Whoa. And then the queen covers. Here. Here. I think that's the move. So here, knight d4. If takes, we take the rook. Here, king sidesteps. Knight d4. If this knight moves to cover, we take the rook. So I feel like the only thing left to calculate there is king d2, which I just intuitively feel like cannot be right. Just like king up at that point, or queen up. I see that, I guess, that surely at some point I'm going to lose those, but... And what about king f1 in here? Knight takes e5. Takes. Takes. Okay. Ooh, okay, we get an endgame. Bishop g7 here. Push. Bishop g7. That may not actually be winning. No, that should still be winning. I can bring my king over. Bishop g7 here. Push. Here. Push. That's winning. Because then I sack, this pawn's still behind. Yeah. Okay. Good quick calculation there. I'm almost back up to the number of points that I started with. Okay. White has two queens. They don't have an immediate check, but it's not going to be far behind. Takes with the pawn, and here loses. So here king has the sidestep. We take. King takes. Check here. Takes. That's not great actually, because the rook is then covering my promotion square. So I don't think this is really an option. I could come do this, but I don't think that's great either. I want pawn takes to work, I just don't think it does. We'll come back to it. Queen b2. King up, I presume. Yeah, see, I just really don't like it after that. I can go here and take the knight, and I'm threatening this, but I'm not really threatening it. Black's going to have enough pieces to cover me promoting that pawn. If, like, takes, king up, takes the knight, it feels so slow. And then black does, like, queen g7, and all of a sudden I'm going to get in trouble pretty quickly. What else do I have? I feel like the answer is nothing. I feel like it's certainly one of these two moves. Pawn b2 is forcing. I just like the idea that white only has one move after that, but like pawn b2, queen b1, queen a3. White has no immediate checks. They have no way to protect that knight. That should be good. I don't think like queen a4, because I don't want that pawn to be taken. What am I missing? What about just takes? I'm missing something there. That does not seem right. Here. A2 it likes. Let's first see what the response is here. Just takes the rook. Okay, yeah, I did not consider that. That's fair. That's fair. Here, takes. Queen. Oh, because I have this. Or this. I missed that was even the check. This is not going how I'd hoped it'd go. Oh, this is going to be a fun checkmate to calculate. Oh, really? This one seems pretty forcing. Forcing the king here. Check. Here. Takes. We have this, but king starts to run this way. I'm not really seeing the answer there. Queen here. Check. Not really down any material other than a few pawns, so if something like here, bishop sacks, queen takes, that's definitely winning for us. We're winning the queen there. Whoa. Here, king f2, bishop c5. Then at that point, it's either d4 or the king runs to g3. On d4, we take, and it's the same issue. So let's assume here, here, check, b3. Check here. Then the king has these squares to run to. Nope, bishop covers these. So here, check, takes, and then the king either has to run here or here. Here certainly has to be winning. There's just, I'm going to have too many checks. Here, check, takes, here. And surely that's still good, right? Starting with this. I think it has to be this. And the queen just takes, yeah. I do want to go back and just look at the one line that I hadn't quite calculated out, which is not great practice on my part, but I was looking at here and then check. King d3 isn't made. Queen g6. So it's saying this is, or queen x e5 is also made in 3. Okay. And then here, queen f5 check. Okay. I kind of just assumed that there was going to be some type of mate here. And clearly any of these checks are going to lead to mate, so yeah. Okay. Queen just sacks, we take. Next up, queen is under attack. I see it. Gonna have to check that every time now. Those two were pretty bad. What about this? Kind of just daring white to take the knight. They don't really have a choice. They're taking that knight at some point. Check here. All of these squares are covered. If king here, check, king here, check. Winning. Here, if king up, should be the same thing. Then we give a check here. Has to take the knight, check. And we just cover everything there anyways. Let me just do a quick recalculation. Check. All of these squares are covered. King has the sidestep and we give this check. King can't drop down because the bishop covers. Yeah. Okay. Go for a little bit longer here. I'd like to at least get kind of above the rating that I was at. This one looks like it's going to be hard. A lot of moving pieces. My queen is way out of the game right now. But technically I am up 2 pieces. So this seems like a position where if I can just hold it together, we're probably doing okay. My first thought is taking the bishop. This I'm hanging mate. Well, disregard hanging mate. That rook is pinned. Rook is not moving. So I think we're taking here. Rook takes. Maybe this knight in. Here, here. Trying to keep everything protected. Could also just go here, rook takes here. Because here I'm up 2 pieces. So if I can manage to only give back the exchange here, and then kind of consolidate all these pieces into a little bit more of a protected position that should be winning. I have a check, but I don't know what that does for me. I don't know if I really want my king and queen up there anyways. Hanging my rook there too. So I'm thinking knight takes, rook takes here. Everything here is defended at that point. The queen has no checks. My bishop covers. Rook takes, knight back. And I would expect like e5 at that point. But e5 doesn't really work because I'm winning the bishop. I think that's it. Did not consider this move. Absolutely should have. Clearly it's still okay, but that's not good. Rook comes back, we're threatening mate. What do I even do to stop that? What do I have? I don't have a check. Here? Takes. Knight here takes h5. If I go h5 immediately, en passant, threatening mate here. Wow. I don't think I like knight f6, so I'm leaning h5. Can't go h6 because that's just mate, so we gotta go h5. h5 queen takes, and what am I doing there? I don't think anything. h5 queen takes. I can't protect that pawn. And rook h5 is coming. Knight f6. Back to knight f6. Pawn takes. h5, queen takes. I feel like I'm in the exact same position. I don't feel like that's any better. I have no way to cover that pawn. Oh, knight f8. Took a little too long. Knight f8 at the end. Here, it's probably my last one. I don't think that gains me anything. At least covers my rook, but my rook is also under attack. Here is the queen just trapped. Kind of looks like it. Not quite. Here, rook takes. If I do knight takes, it is. So if I go here, rook takes, black has queen takes b2. But if I go here, rook takes, well, I can't really go knight takes, because then these squares are all open again. Here, rook takes. Gotta go one or the other. Rook takes first. And then here, rook takes, bishop here. And the only way to not do that is to sack the rook. What? I'm so confident when I play these moves that queen back? Hold on, what? I missed queen coming back, obviously, but what was the issue with mine? Where did the knight go? Knight went here. So bishop g5 was the right answer. My thought was here. Rook takes e8. And then bishop here. Queen takes g5. Knight takes g5. Bishop takes b1. Just because I'm dropping that rook at the end. But if I do queen takes, yeah, then okay. All right. I'm always immediately convinced that the computer's wrong and that I'm right, which is not once ever been true. E5 is hanging. King is escaping at that point. Or is it E5? King has to drop back, unless they want to sack the queen. Takes. I don't have any other checks that are worthwhile to consider. Takes. If king takes, I like my position, but the king does not have to take. Queen takes. And then I don't like my position as much. Here. What if we double up? Here. Rook takes. And I'm trying to threaten this. That's the most promising so far. Let's look at forcing again. Rook takes c5 here. Rook takes, queen takes. And I can't even bring the rook out because I'm hanging it. I don't love that. All right, rook e5. King drops back. We double up. I could just go like c3 at that point. But they really can't because I take, and then they're forced to take with the queen. I take, king takes, and then I'm winning the rook at the end anyways. I think I like doubling up. And then here. Yep. Okay, maybe one more. Because I'm still below where I was at. Okay. Queen takes rook. looks to be losing. Knight takes, looks to be losing. I can hold it together. Like if knight takes, queen takes, we can force the trade. But I don't know if that's really what we want to go for. Here, check. I think I might be holding it together there. I was looking at this, but I don't think that necessarily does anything for me. And then takes, still just giving the knight up. So I'm thinking just rook d8. And on check, we just step up, because the queen covers the rook at the end. Rook d8, check, here. Takes, queen here. Then we could just protect with the pawn or whatever else. Yeah. Man, I like getting them right though. One more, and then we're good. So this right now is just a how can we avoid getting mated, and then we give mate ourselves. Valid questions. What about just king h3? You have these knight checks, but I don't think either of them does anything. Check, takes, here. I'm thinking maybe I'm finding a way to get mated with king f1. Don't want to allow the knight check. King h3. Let's go through these. Check, take. And black has no more checks. Same thing here. And the only check black has in either of those scenarios is bishop back, which I'm more than happy to just take, and black's still out of checks. King h3. Because I can drop my bishop back to wherever and give mate. I don't think black has a way to cover that square. Here we're just doing this, and no, that's not great though. Okay. Interesting. We're in check. We've got to address this first. I don't see anything other than king h3. Clearly there's something other than king h3. Pawn first? No? It's with check, Dylan. Come on. That's so bad. I block with check. That was terrible. Alright, gotta get one more. That was pitiful. Rook sack looks nice. Maybe we just take the pawn. Could force a queen trade. Takes. With the hope that maybe I'm holding on to that pawn, but I don't know if that's the case. Could take the rook. I don't think that's it. Maybe this. I'm gonna call it after this one. Let's go for this. Don't do that. I don't think I want to try to force the trade here. but this move. I'm up a piece there. I'm just looking to see if I have anything better. I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. That was rough. That was a very roller coastery puzzle session. Some pretty bad misses. We're going to get to 3,000 eventually. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.